Hello and welcome to our lecture on vitamins and minerals. I'm Rebecca Edwards. I'll be presenting your material today. So this is the second lecture in the vitamins and minerals series.
Number 5 is that you need to treat the whole person. You don't just look at a particular illness or a particular sign or symptom and focus in on that. You need to make sure that you're looking at the mind, the body, the spirit, the whole of the person.
But the reality is that this is a field that's constantly evolving, that by learning the skills now, further down the line, you'll be able to use those to keep up to date to do your continuing professional development.
Deficiency signs or insufficiency signs within the mouth and lips, so you can start to get a sore tongue. You'll notice like the cracks in the corners of the mouth or reddening, and also dry, greasy, scaly skin is indicative of a need for thiamine as well, which all of these sorts of symptoms can come up from excessive alcohol, and some people will get it just after.
So it's a really tricky one to get the balance right. Let's learn a little bit more about iron. Iron deficiency is the most frequent nutritional deficiency seen across the whole world and also in Europe. But we also need to recognize that iron excess is actually probably more damaging than not enough iron.
If meat has been raised eating a GMO diet, that doesn't have to be labelled as GMO. So that's where the grey area comes in, and that's where choosing organic meat can be a really good choice, because then you can guarantee that that animal hasn't been fed genetically modified corn or soy-based.
Our omega-6 oils, so a lot of our vegetable oils, our nut and seed oils, have got a bit of a bad rap in the press recently as being pro-inflammatory, and it is important to make sure that they're balanced between our omega-3 and our omega-6. But if you're having cold-pressed oils, then at least you know that they're going to have the vitamin E there that's protecting them from oxidative damage. You don't want to.
I think it's a really sad fact that, oh gosh, what's the percentage? 60% of children are having 3 or fewer servings of fruit and veg a day. And when we learn about all the wonderful actions of these incredible phytochemicals found in our fruit and veg, you know, it just seems so sad that children are not going to be able to grow and develop to their full potential with the help of
it's probably best to take the arginine on an empty stomach away from other foods so that it's not pushing the lysine out the way. The other thing to remember is, because arginine can be used to make nitric oxide, if you give it to guys that have a very high testosterone level, it might have some rather interesting side effects on their erectile function.
The University of Washington proved that a low-fat vegan diet can stop and even reverse diabetes type 2. And it was regarded as being impossible before.
Okay, so if a woman is not consuming enough fat, then her body will use up her own fat levels to make sure the milk is fatty enough. Ditto with protein, ditto with most minerals and vitamins. So for example, dietary calcium has no effect on the amount of calcium in the breast milk. A woman's breast milk will always have enough calcium in it, even if her body has to take calcium out of her own bones to provide it for the infant. So
you get 5 minutes in with your GP, usually to discuss one issue. I had a client come to see me not long ago, and she'd suffered for years and years and years with endometriosis. And she was desperately trying to save her womb. She didn't want to have her womanhood cut out of her. And we spent an hour together, and I probably spent about 20-30 minutes really listening to her story. So I said to her, tell me about those tears, tell me what those tears represent to you. And she went, you're the first person who's ever heard me. But yet this woman had seen doctor after doctor, consultant after consultant, radiographer, to have numerous different scans and procedures. But yet they only ever saw her as her womb. That was such an eye-opening moment for me in my clinic, and such a powerful moment for what functional medicine allows us to offer our clients.